Okay, so I'm hoping this works. I'm so sorry, you guys, if the last one I was trying to hook everything up, kind of switched things around in the camper, and I was hoping I got the mic working, and you guys said you couldn't hear me, so I had to switch to my iPad. Let me pull up the chat on my phone, and we will start this thing all over again. I appreciate your patience. I've been really, just trying to figure life out at this point. Um, yeah, so if you are joining thing all over again. All right, so here we go. So that way, hopefully we won't have any more technical difficulties. I'm trying to find the chat. Oh my goodness, why is it not showing chat? Okay. I kid you not, you guys. It is always something, I promise you. So, I don't know why it's not showing my live comments, but anyway, um, I'm not sure what's going on with these technical difficulties. I don't know if it's a way I can deal with that or what. Let me see. Nope. It's not letting me do anything. And I hate that because every time I get on here, it's always something. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of jump on tonight. Our live purpose was RV etiquette. And so, I was hoping to be able to talk back and forth with you guys, and I hate that because for some reason, I just can't get it to work. So I'm sorry that the live chat's not on. You should be able to at least leave a message. I turn that on, I guess, after the fact. But anyways, so thank you for joining me. Like I was saying, I got my truck out of the ice. So I was really happy about that. I got it back today. They finally plowed through the RV park, so it made it where people weren't sliding all over the place. So that was nice. I'm feeling a little better. Found out I had pneumonia, so that's awesome. But I'm feeling a lot better. We finally got water back in the camper, so I was ecstatic about that because I've been living like a pioneer woman for the last week, having to leave with my two jugs and trek over to two spaces over just to get water. So that's awesome. Now I'm just waiting for my sewer hose to unfreeze so I can dump my tanks because I still can't take a shower because there is a little water from me using the water jugs. I got water in my tub now. It's about a little bit, but I don't want it to get much. So I'm going to just take a shower at the facilities here. But if you are joining this live or in this broadcast, thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for logging on. We're going to be talking about RV etiquette, and I think that this is a good thing since camping season is about to start. And if you are a new RVer or you are thinking about RVing or just a camper or you're going to be looking at leaving or going somewhere, these are going to be good ideas for you to kind of just take an idea or a gander at. So I got 10 of them. And I'm obsessed with the fact that I cannot get this to work. So I'm sorry if I'm looking down, you guys. I really, really, really wanted my live chat to work. If it wasn't the mic, it was something else. So I really apologize tonight that I don't have things worked out like the kinks worked out. But I will by the time we have our next live. So etiquette number 1. Now, this is one of the things I've learned when I was starting out, and I had my partner when Cedric was here, was setting up. So it's always a good idea to give people the opportunity to get to their site and back things in and set up. We used to have folks standing outside, staring at us the whole time, trying to see if you know what you're doing as far as backing that thing up and all that good stuff. And they can't wait to come over and talk to you. And camp people are the best, but let us unpack. Let us because see, whenever you're traveling, you've been on the road for quite some time and you're finally reaching your destination and you really just got your mind focused on getting that camper in there or your whatever kind of RV you have in there, getting it set up, getting those lawn chairs out, getting dinner thought about. Eventually, I want to talk to you, but not as soon as I get there. So that is RV etiquette for the campground. Number 1, give your your fellow campers as they're coming in space before you wander over and want to talk to them. This one is another big one, and I've seen this quite a bit working at campgrounds, parking in other people's parking space. Now, sometimes you have people who go camping and they have 2 or 3 vehicles, or they see a space next to them that's empty and they decide to park their car there. Don't do that. That's very rude. Nobody wants to be boxed in. Just because there's not someone there right now doesn't mean they're not on their way. So, people come in late through the evening and then your vehicle's there and then they have to try to track down somebody to figure out who car it belongs to and get it moved. If you know you're going to be traveling with more than one person with a vehicle, it's always good etiquette ahead of time to call ahead and say, hey, where is the camera? It's over here. Okay. So to call ahead and say, hey, do you have overflow space where we could park our car? We have a boat, we have this car, we have the truck, we have whatever. And find out ahead of time and see if there is a cost for extra space, right? Because sometimes they'll say, yeah, you could park here and it's only like $5 extra a day or $10 extra a day. Instead of blocking somebody else's space that they've paid for, or parking in a space that's next to you that's meant for an RV, but because nobody's there, you park your vehicles there. So there you go, etiquette number 2. All right, this one is one of my absolute get up under my skin. Do not walk through other people's sight. I have had that happen to me several times where people see a cut through and they walk directly in front of you to get to the other side. Everybody pays for space. And so it's like their little vacation oasis, right? It's their neighborhood, their yard, or whatever. Don't walk through it unless they say, oh, no, it's fine. You go right ahead. Don't just assume it's okay to walk through people's sight. And this one else get up under my nerves. Don't let your dog poo-poo in other people's sight and you don't even pick it up. I have seen that with my own 2 eyes. Folks, let the dog stop, do his business in somebody's campsite, and keep walking. Take the bags. A lot of campgrounds have the bags everywhere. Take a bag with you. Pick up the poop. Throw it away. Don't leave it for the person who is living in that space to come out and find. That's just terrible. And it's not good etiquette. It's not good. It's not neighborly. And you just don't want to deal with that. You don't want to get out of your camper and walk and step in poop that somebody else is, especially if you don't have a dog. Now, since we're talking about dogs, I want to also mention, keep your dog on a leash. Your dog may be the sweetest, cutest thing to you, but he might be vicious to somebody else's dog. I have seen these roaming pit bulls or these roaming big dogs that seem to be to their owner cuddly and sweet and just wouldn't hurt a fly. And then you have dogs like mine, like Noodle. He's a Maltese Shih Tzu mix who's little, who has a complex. Sometimes he thinks he's a big dog. Sometimes he's scared of him and he might bark at him or go over to him. Don't just take for granted that your dog will just stay by the camper. Because I've heard people say that, oh, he knows not to leave the camper, and as soon as he see another dog, he's dotting out into the street. You don't want your pet to get hit by anybody else's car, and you don't want your dog to do something to somebody else's dog. And even if they're 2 little small dogs, not everybody loves dogs. So keep your dog on a leash when you're walking. Clean up behind them. Don't let them poop and pee in other people's... pee is one thing, but poop in other people's space and not pick it up. So that's one of them. Now, we're going to move on to number 5. Okay? And a lot of these have to do... This number 5 is like a piggyback off number 4 with pets. If you know that your dog or your animal is a barker, don't leave your dog unattended all day long barking. That is a quick trip to the office for people to complain about. You know he's a barker. Take them with you. Find out before you come if there's any little animal daycares in the area if you know you want to leave and explore for the day. Don't leave them in the hot camper without AC and all that kind of stuff for hours at a time. Be mindful of your neighbors. Don't leave the dog in the camper all day barking. We're all for pets. All right. Now, I do want to tell you that campgrounds are very close depending on where you are, because they're trying to get a whole bunch of us in there for the summer, and they're trying to make money. And I've worked at quite a few campgrounds, and I've been at quite a few campgrounds, so I kind of attest that some spaces it's like, ooh, this is nice, this is roomy, it's like you have your own yard. And I've had some places where I'm like, seriously, we're like packed in there like sausages, right? They're just parallel to each other all the way down. You could pretty much reach your hand out and touch the back of your neighbor's camper. So depending on where you are, and if there is space available, don't park right next to somebody. If there's a space between you and there's another space, take the other space. Give each other room and space to be able to kind of enjoy instead of being on top of each other. Give each other a little bit of space. So a little bit of RV etiquette is not taking the space directly next to someone, but maybe leaving a space between the two of you when that option is available. But the option is not always available. Now, I know it's summertime, and I know you want to enjoy yourself. And some of us enjoy ourselves with a brewski and some music. And to each his own. But when you're at the campground, quiet hour is not a suggestion, right? It is how you make good neighbors. It is shutting down at a certain time when it's quiet, because everybody goes to bed at a different time. Somebody might go to bed, or might have small children and they need to get them into bed. And music is blaring outside. Be mindful of your neighbor. Have it low enough it will play in your space, and don't have it going for hours. I've seen people turn the radio on outside, have it blaring, and then they walk off and go to the pool, or they take the dog for a walk and they're gone, and they're not even at their site and the music is just going. Not everybody likes the same music. One person likes, maybe offensive to another. Not everybody wants to listen to music for hours at a time. So think about those things whenever you're ready to enjoy yourself. Think about the enjoyment of the people around you, and maybe not have your music up so loud or so long or late into the night. And that goes into your TV as well. A lot of people like to watch TV outside, and they have it up loud. Now, this one, I'm aiming it towards my elderly campers. I know sometimes it's hard to hear it, especially with all the background noise going on. Then maybe it's time to turn it off outside and enjoy being outside and just watch it when you get inside. Because having the TV up on 10 or 20 can be very disturbing to your neighbors. And watching the late night news outside can be disturbing to your neighbors. So I want you to remember this. If you don't remember anything else from this podcast, quiet hour is not a suggestion. People take that seriously. End of discussion. I take it seriously. Everybody takes quiet hour seriously. When you're ready to go to bed, especially if you've been traveling, quiet hour is golden, right? So that is number 7. Let's go on to now that we're in bed and we have the covers snuggled to our necks and it's nice and quiet, make sure you turn your lights off outside on your camper. The last thing you want to do is light up the neighborhood. And don't get me wrong, lights are beautiful. When it's dusk and you got outside and you're with your family and you guys are hanging out and everybody's still up, like, and moving around, and you want your lights out around your camper at the bottom and you want to have your lights up, that's great. Turn it on. but turn it off when you're going into your camper for the night. You don't want to disturb your neighbor by having your lights shining into their camper and they can't sleep. A lot of older campers don't have blackout curtains like maybe the newer ones may come with. And so your lights are just shining into their camper and keeping them up, and it makes for a grouchy neighbor. And you're wondering, what's wrong with them? I got a great night's sleep. You want to make sure that you're turning your lights off at night before you go to bed. Don't leave your lights on. That's just etiquette to make a good neighbor. All right? Now, one of the things that I want to make sure I tell you guys, and I'm saying this from a work camper standpoint, keep an eye on your kiddos, right? Because people don't slow down through the campground. They are flying through there as if they're riding on a regular highway, and they should be creeping along, and they have these big old trucks and they're barreling down. I've seen way too many times kiddos on their little bikes and scooters, and they dot out in front of these big trucks that don't even see them, and it could be really bad. So keep an eye on your kiddos. And for all of us, slow down inside the RV park. We're all there to relax. Nobody's there in a hurry. Even if there's nothing posted, slow down. Take your time driving through the RV park so you don't hit somebody's pet or somebody's child, and it'll just be a terrible time had by y'all. All right? So I lost track of my number. I think that was number 10. And I kept talking and mixed in all of them, but there's 10 in there, right? And so, and I just wanted to kind of share those things that I've learned that help just makes good neighbors, right? It just helps makes everybody's trip to wherever you are enjoyable if we have these unwritten rules that we follow, right? And one of the big for a lot of people, especially if you're boondocking, I'll throw this one in and we'll call it number 10. If you're boondocking, when we talked about quiet hours, there's a quiet hour rule in boondocking too. Even though you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can run your generator as much as you want, right? But if it's a close boondocking area, think of your neighbors and turn it off at a decent hour so they don't have to listen to it run, especially if you don't have one that is quiet at night, the kind that run really, really quiet. Or just park really far out while you're by yourself. So think about that with the generators, especially inside of the state parks. A lot of those places not state parks, national parks, a lot of those places don't have hookup and you have to use your generator. Think about your neighbors as far as that's concerned. Think about quiet hour. It's not a suggestion. It is the rule that we all live by. And so those are my 10 suggestions of the unwritten rules of things that we can all be mindful of that will make us good neighbors when we're out camping and we're out meeting new friends and going and seeing new things. We think about our pets, we think about our kids, we need to think about our neighbors as well. I'm really sorry, you guys, that I wasn't able to get my live chat up. I don't know why all of a sudden, it wasn't there. I would have loved to have taken, your comments or questions for me or anything like that. I'm still trying to get out of Tennessee. I'm hoping to get out soon. It's not looking too good, but I'm going to do the best I can. I'm really trying to go south. Right now, if I could leave here, I think I would just go down to Mobile, down to Alabama to the coast, and maybe stay there for about a couple weeks and then start heading out west till I can get to some warmer climate. So that's what I'd like to do, but I haven't been able to materialize any funds at this point. But so I got everything cleaned out in here. I got everything kind of taken down. As you can see, I've started the thinning out process. I'm hoping to be able to sell this camper. So I started, taking stuff out that reflects me. Forgot that sign, but take that down. I've been thinning through things, trying to get it done. I really would like to have a motorhome, and I posted in our community, so if you guys could check that out. If you scroll down just a little bit, it says, okay, guys, I'm looking at these 4 motor vehicles. recreational vehicles, the Class C's. And I'd like to have you guys' thoughts on it, what you think. If you've ever had one or you've driven one or whatever, look at them and tell me what you think. If I can't get this one sold, then I mean, it's my home. I don't have anywhere else to go. So right now the goal is just to get out of Tennessee and get my coins together. I'm so used to saying we, but get my money together and start heading south. So I'm gonna be at this campground one more week, and now that my truck's out of the ice, praise the Lord, and some friends from church helped me take care of this week's um, lot rent because I haven't worked. I haven't worked in a whole week. I've been stuck here. Help me take care of the lot rent for this week. I know come next week, Tuesday, I'll have to go, and hopefully everything will be thawed out by then, and I want to try to make my way to southern Alabama down to the south. So I could use you guys' help. If you're interested, you can check it out under my about. I don't know why um, I don't know why they waited so long to kind of plow the roads in here. I would have tried to go to work earlier, but I guess it's a good thing being that I was pretty sick. I had a fever for a couple days and I was just feeling really out of it. So I'm glad to be back amongst the land of the living and feeling like I'm, halfway alive. And so I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. And if you think of some things that would just make good neighbors and you want to add to it, please drop a comment below if you can. Oh my goodness, I cannot. I'm going to figure out and turn on comments as soon as this is over. So you could drop a comment below. Leave me a thumbs up, you guys. I really do need that. Oh, and let me tell you, I'm going to go and let you know where we are on our watch time hours. I kind of stopped looking at it because I didn't want to just be harping on it all the time, but we are so close. I'm at 2,663, so almost to 2,700. Real excited about that. So thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for joining this live. Next week, I'm not quite sure what topic I'm going to have, but I'll have something readily available for you. And I'll probably do another video this week, so be looking out for it. And if anything happens, I want to make sure I go on and I will keep you guys abreast. I am trying my best. Trying my best to get out of here, y'all. I'm trying to get back on the road because I know you tune in to see what's up. And this is going to be an interesting year because I don't want to pull this camper, but it's definitely going to be a learning curve. And I'm going to be going everywhere at 50 speed limit. So if you see me out there, just go around. Go around. I'm not going over 50 until I can get the hang of it or until I can get something else. So I would love to have you guys help. And I'd love to have your watch time. Stick with me. This year is going to be an adventure for reals. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're new to this channel and you'd like to take this journey with me on this midlife crisis, go ahead on and hit that notification bell and the subscription button and leave me a comment. But no, let me know that you're new. I'd love to chit chat with you guys and get to know who you are and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching, y'all. Hopefully next time I won't sound like a stuffed pipe. Love y'all. Bye.